students. I welcome you all to today's English class. Today we will be learning about the element, the dead earth worldview. In our previous class, we learned about rights of nature on the global stage, and then we learned about eco-apartheid, the illusion of separateness of humans from nature in our minds and lives has to be understood and overcome. So here, Vandana Shiva, in this element, the dead earth worldview, says that all the war against this earth, like the World War One, Two, the Cold Wars, and all this devastating things which is happening against our environment, began with this idea of separateness. And she says this idea of separateness began with the Industrial Revolution, which transformed the living earth into dead matter. She says that the whole idea of the separateness started when we began this industrial revolution, which was a rapid development of industries that occurred in Britain in late 18th and 19th century, which brought introduction of heavy machineries, use of steam power, growth of factories, and mass production of manufactured goods. So, industrial revolution started in the late 18th and 19th century, which brought in a mass production and introduction of heavy machineries. So, Vandana Shiva's point here is this industrial revolution led to the idea of separateness, and this is also a cause which transformed the living earth into a dead matter. So, when she says the living earth was transformed into a dead matter to facilitate the industrial revolution. And then Vandana Shiva also says that this monoculture, this replaced this diversity, meaning that the vibrant earth was replaced by the raw materials and the dead matter, that is industrial revolution. And here, this terra null, the empty land ready for occupation, regardless of the presence of indigenous people, also replaced the terra madre. All this was replaced by the Mother Earth. So, Vandana Shiva here says that the earth into a dead matter led to monoculture that destroyed all the diversity. This gradually gave way to capitalism and exploitation. To support her point, we have Francis Bacon, who is the father of modern science, who says that the scientific revolution created a domination image of man over nature, replacing that of a nurturing earth, which gradually led to capitalism and exploitation. So, Francis Bacon, here, who is the father of modern science, says that this science and invention has not only given power to man to do good for the nature, but it is also given the power to conquer the entire earth and shake her foundations. So, here Vandana Shiva says that the scientific revelation is uh, given the power to a man to be dominative over nature, to be very to create a domination image of man over nature, replacing that of a nurturing earth. So to support her point, even Francis Bacon also says the same thing, that science and invention is just not a mere result of guidance over nature's course, but it also has the power to conquer and subdue her, shake her to her foundations. We have another philosopher and a historian, Carolyn Merchant. She also points out the shift of perspective from nature as a living, nurturing mother to that which is a dead matter now. She says that the domination image, which is created by Francis Bacon and the other leaders of scientific revelation, replace those of nurturing earth. So she says that just because we have a nurturing earth, we do not have any power to completely mutilate her, completely destroy the earth. Yes, we have science and technology which helps us to probably invent something, to probably discover something, to probably identify something new. But it does not give us any power to completely destroy our Mother Earth. And uh, Vandana Shiva here says that the Industrial Revolution was the event which gave birth to this idea of separateness, treating the living earth as a dead matter. Monoculture replaced diversity. The scientific revolution created a domination image of man over nature, replacing that of nurturing earth, which gradually led to capitalism and exploitation. Now, we have another important point to understand about this whole element on the dead earth worldview. That is, uh, we need to first understand it is essential to synthesize the wisdom of the past with the modern knowledge system. In the olden days, people knew to live in harmony with nature, especially with the forest. They were always in communion with trees, rivers, and lakes. They knew to make the best out of nature without exploiting it. They were not greedy about their needs. So, uh, they used to take whatever was necessary for them. But then the forest was symbolic of coexisting uh, and harmony. So there was no exploitation and accumulation in the forest. A man has to develop this kind of harmony with nature. He has to stop treating it as a dead matter that can give him some money. He has to realize that it is very much alive, responding and reacting to every act of his. And we have to give the same respect and a sense of gratitude to nature. We need to develop these things at every step. We as human being has to give back when it takes when we take something from nature. So plant saplings for every tree that a man cuts down, and harvest rainwater to serve his needs for water. Then engage in organic farming and give back to the soil organic manure itself. So preserve biodiversity, because each crop used up and gives a different nutritions to the soil. Crop diversity too enables variety of insects and birds to survive. So refrain from polluting the land, water, and rain. So this should be the attitude of the man, just not to completely destroy the Mother Earth and mutilate her body. So, this is what Vandana Shiva is trying to say in this particular element. And to support her point, we have Carolyn Merchant as well as Francis Bacon. So, with this, we conclude this element, the dead earth worldview.